we are back out here at CCU, and today's disc spotlight is going to be the H1v2. I have a couple. I have a 400 H1v2 Cameron Cold Glazier Signature Edition. I have a 500 H1v2, and then their direct comparisons in the Ace line, the Duraflex Glow F Model OS. So I want to throw each one of these and kind of show you what each one of them fly like. My personal opinion, the 500 is a little softer, so it's a little less stable. Now these things are all stupidly stable, but this one is a little less stable. The 400 is going to be very, very stable, so we're going to put that one at the bottom of the stack. The F Model OS, this green one, is more like the 500 H1v2s, and by the way, they're a whole lot cheaper, so if you want a 500 H1v2, find you a Duraflex Glow F Model OS. This pink one is a little bit more beat in. I've used it for a few more rounds. It actually flies more like an H2 or an H3 V2, where you get a good flip up and a good amount of glide. So let's take a look at them, and we'll take a couple seconds and spotlight each one. We're going to begin with the 500 H1v2. The basket off in the distance that I'm shooting for is 285 feet. You can see the flags off in the far distance with a right to left wind, probably 7-8 miles per hour. There's the 500. Came out a smidge early and a smidge low, but it was trying to fight. And don't worry, I'll go grab them and throw them again so you can get well, you won't see it. It won't be too much user error. Here is the 400 Cameron Cold Glazier Signature Edition, which for me is fantastic. I bagged this disc. I had one just like it. It decided to go swimming, so I had to get one to replace it. And they're kind of hard to find now, so if you happen to find them, grab them up. Yep, it gets out to about 200, 225 feet and just flies left. That was pretty hard thrown. The basket is about 285 from where we stand. That one maybe went 265, 270, something like that. Here is one of the Duraflex Glow F Model OS. This is the more stable of the two. You'll see a flight similar, hopefully, almost like a beat in what you just saw with the 400, a little bit more beat in. And I'm really ripping on them, like snapping them pretty hard. That one flew about 300 feet. It basically flips up to flat, goes straight for a while, and then finishes. This one is the Duraflex Glow F Model OS that is a little bit more flippy. Let it go with a slight bit of ante. It flexes to the right, finishes back. They're basically the same distance. They're somewhere in the probably close to 300 foot range. So essentially for me, if I like and I do love the H1v2, like I say, I bagged the Cameron Cold Glazier one. For me, that's a very overstable fairway, like more stable than the F1, longer than the F1. But if I need that same essential shape, if I need that H3 V2 shape, distance, but I want that feel of the overstability that'll handle the wind, then I'm gonna grab those F Model OSs. I actually bag the pink F Model OS. So whenever I have that shot that needs 300 feet of distance and a good hard, strong finish with a little skip, I'll grab that one. All right, off in the distance, you can see the mulch tee pad. It's about 285 from where we stand. I'm gonna throw those H1v2s again to kind of give you an idea. This time we've got a left to right hurting wind. So I want you to kind of see an idea of what's going on with these. I'm going to be throwing around this tree that's over on the right hand side here. I'm going to be throwing around it and letting them hyzer back down. Start off with the most overstable, the 400 H1v2 Cameron Cold Glazier Signature. You can see, fought the wind admirably. Fought down. I didn't get a lot of height under it, but it fought down pretty well and had a little teeny bit of skip. Now the next level of stability to 500 H1v2. Same shot around the outside of that tree. Or through the tree, whichever it happens to be. Next level of stability is their direct comparison, the Duraflex Glow F Model OS. Try to get this one around that tree a little bit further. There we go. You'll see immediately, we got, like I say, we have a left to right hurting wind. You'll see immediately the first thing the disc did is flip up. Throwing it that high in the camera, you may not have been able to see it in the sun or in the clouds because it's overcast today. But the first thing it did is flip up. Here we have the less stable F Model OS Duraflex Glow. I'm going to try to throw it around the outside of that tree and watch it flip up to flat where the H1s will not. Oh yeah, that was a great shot. A double yank over to the right, and now it is up under those trees. Yay. For direct comparison, the 400G H3v2. And you can see it's just flying straight with a finish. It's going to fly out there about 285, and it's going to sit down, and it's going to have a total of maybe 10 feet of fade on it. So even though it wasn't the greatest shots in the world, hopefully you can see what's going on. I do have one more 500 H1v2, never thrown, brand new, just took it out of the bag. Let's throw it and see what happens. Around the tree. Oh, she's got some stability. Let's see. It, the F Model OS, and the Cameron Cold Glacier one, all are somewhere in about the 230, 240 range, which for my little weenie arm, I'll take it.